Hi Vignesh.
Hi, ma'am.
So I got your profile from HR team. This is something Azure technical interview. Hope you are ready.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready. We can start.
Okay. Could you please tell me about yourself?
Sure. My name is Vignesh. Okay. I have a overall IT experience, 6+ years. In that 6+ years, right, past 2.5 years, right, I'm working with Azure. Initially, I've started my career with, administrator, Windows administrator. I'm taking care of the Windows server and all. Later, I got an opportunity to work with Azure related stuff and Azure environments. So currently, we are supporting one of the, pharma-based client who's currently we are supporting. So I'm working in HCL presently. So this is about my background, ma'am.
Okay, Vignesh. So it looks good. And could you please explain the services offered in the Azure cloud?
Sure. Services in Azure, right? Yeah. So Azure providing many services. Basically, when we are coming to cloud computing, right, we are categorizing software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, like that. In that, Azure providing plenty of services. I can tell Azure IAM, Identity Access Management, Azure Virtual Machine, Azure VNet, Azure load balancers, Azure storage accounts, and Azure DNS, Azure monitor services, and Azure functions, Azure ARM services. Okay, these are the services currently we are using in our project. Actually, in Azure VM, we will be managing all our virtual machines. Whenever customer need any servers, we'll be provisioning under Azure VM service. So before provisioning, we have our network is properly configured and already been available in Azure VNet. Okay, Azure Virtual Network. So whenever customer need any disk related thing or storages related stuff, online cloud storages, everything, we'll be getting it under Azure storage accounts. So name resolution, everything will be happening done through Azure DNS service. When my customer wants high availability of my application, when they want to expose their application to outside, we use Azure load balancer for that purpose. Likewise, right, we have for automating our Azure environment, we have a template, Azure ARM template. Using that, right, we'll be provisioning our infrastructure resources based on our need. So these kind of Azure services, which I have exposure, ma'am.
And so what is the best practice to maintain Azure infrastructure?
Best practices means yeah. So whenever we are working in any project, if our customer environment which is hosted in Azure platform, right, what we used to do as a best practice, what Azure even recommending, we need to properly maintain our resource groups actually. Okay, so it depends actually. Some people know using single Azure subscription for all their environment, or they are using dedicated Azure subscription for their environment. Let's take an example. If you are using environment in my current organization, we have a couple of subscriptions. We will be creating a resource groups actually for each department. For example, if you are production, right, I'll be having production resource group, and I'll be having development means for that I'll have a dedicated resource manager for that. And similarly, if I have a testing environment, there will be dedicated resource group resource manager for that. So likewise, whenever I provisioning any resources, right, the respective resource group, I'll be pointing my resources actually. So if we are maintaining in this proper way from the beginning, it will be good for us always to track, monitor, logging, billing management. Everything will be easy. Okay, and we need to ensure always our environment should be secure. Okay, properly, securely things are done, and we are always monitoring our environments. So these are the best practices as far as my understanding on Azure actually.
Fine, Vignesh. So let me tell you one scenario. Just
Okay.
a moment. My client wants to pull out the report of available resources in specific resource manager. How will you do?
Okay, we need to generate a report, right?
Yeah.
Made up, from Azure, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, ma'am, we are currently in our project, we are using some script for that. Okay, we have some partial kind of automation. Okay, we can generate the reports from that. That is one way. The easiest way, right? In Azure console itself, we have a all resources tab. Actually, when we are looking into the all services detail, right, we will see all resources. If we go, we have an option to filter each and every resources actually. So filtering my resource group and filtering my specific type of resources. All the options are there. We can filter as per our convenient. Okay. Once we have filtered our resources, right, we have an option to export that as a CSV. This is the type 2 actually. Basically, whenever I wanted to pull any report from the AWS console, either you can go with PowerShell script based. Okay. I never developed any PowerShell script, but my team, some seniors, they have developed the script. Using that, I just execute and I'll pull the report. Another easiest way, from all resources tab in the Azure dashboard itself, I would able to generate a report. That is the second way actually.
Good. So, how Azure differ from AWS cloud?
Okay, so yeah, in our project we are using multi-cloud, but 80% no more into Azure, 20-25% I can say, which is coming on AWS. Of course, we have a dedicated team also available for AWS, but I'm just presently learning AWS. I want to become a multi-cloud expert only, but I know little things in AWS. Okay, so I'll talk about it. The major difference in the sense, yeah, in AWS, right? We have a almost see, if you know one cloud technically and clearly, other cloud service provider you will able to easily manage it. Okay, that is what I know. Basic funda actually. It's not a just the concepts are same. Just the user interface only going to vary. Okay, so in AWS, right, we have a option of managing all the resources. People used to call it as a EC2 over there. Here we are calling it as a VM, and over there, right, AWS they are calling it as a VPC. In Azure we are calling it as a VNet. So service name only gets differ. Most of the concepts are same only. Okay, here in Azure we are managing the concept like fault domain, update domain, availability set, that kind of concepts we are using in Azure, but that concepts and all not there with AWS. They use different terms actually. So apart from that, right, the dashboard itself, right, will totally vary. And I observed one thing, to be honest. In AWS, if I create any resource, right, that will be the process is much faster than Azure. That's what I understood. It's very quick actually, and easily we'll able to provision it. But in Azure, it takes some time since for provisioning any resources, any kind of thing, right? It's taking some time. So that is the major difference what I felt. And obviously, services level we have a different support, and pricing will be obviously will have a difference as we could see. Okay, so this is the major difference what I understood in my as per my understanding.
Fine, Mesh. So, could you please explain the difference between fault domain and update domain?
Yeah, so this fault domains and update domains, right, which is comes under a VM virtual machine service category. This is basically backend operations, I can say. In Azure side, if you take a physical data center will be there, right? Over the fault domain means multiple racks will be there. Each fault domain, see, for example, if you take one fault domain, we'll have a multiple VMs in that, which means multiple update domains will be there. Okay. So how we need to plan our infrastructure? We need to, if we have an application which has multiple servers and clustered way, we need to make sure to place our update domain on the different fault domains actually. Okay, so because if any fault domain maintenance anything comes means backend it uses the same power supply, same it's sharing the same switches, network connectivity. For one fault domain, right, if any maintenance comes, all the VMs whichever running on that, right, it will get impacted. Okay, so we need to always plan with the proper availability set. We need to always plan for the proper fault domain and update domain to provide 99.99% of high availability and SLA in our environment. Okay, update domain in the sense it's one of the piece of VM we can say. Okay, it's a portion of things which comes under our fault domain. Okay, each fault domain will contains the update domains. It's we need to plan accordingly to provide high availability to our VMs and applications.
Okay. Could you please explain how your Azure VM securities are installed in your platforms?
Okay, you mean in my current project?
Yes.
Okay, so coming to security, right? So specifically, which security are talking about?
VM security.
Okay, virtual machines. Okay, so basically it's generic. When you take any virtual machines in Azure, right, we have a NACL is there. Okay, so it's kind of it's security rules we will be placing in the NACL. Okay, network access control list that we will be placing it in VM level. Okay, each VM will have that inbound and outbound rule. Whichever people know can come into my virtual machine, which other people are, I'm restricting all those things, right? I'll specify it. Also, the same NACL can be applied in my VNet also, virtual network also. So who all can come inside of my network, who I'm denying. Okay, based on the ingress and egress rule, right? Inbound rule and outbound rule, I'll be making sure the base level of security to my virtual machine. Inside I'll have some antivirus kind of some application to ensure the OS level security. But this is the main, actually NACL is playing a major role when come to network security and virtual machine security. Okay, so this is about security part in my current project. That's what my understanding.
And could you please explain about the possible Azure scalability?
Okay. Scalability, not only Azure, if you take any cloud, right? Generally in cloud computing, we'll have a vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. Vertical scaling means if I have a virtual machine in Azure, right? This is created in this instance hardware capacity. Okay, this is my virtual CPU, this is my virtual RAM. So I can, I can increase the hardware capacity by stop and stop. Okay, that is something. So by the way, it required a downtime after upgrading my hardware, right? My server will be start running with upgraded configuration. So this is something called it as a vertical scaling. Horizontal scaling mean Azure provides auto scaling kind of functionality. Okay, available inside. So using that, what I can do, I can specify it when it reaches automatic utilization and things, right? So it will automatically increase the instance capacity based on the need. It has intelligence. It applies it automatic based upon my utilization or based upon my need. It will automatically increase my virtual machines configurations and things and stuff. Virtual scaling and horizontal scaling is there a part of my Azure scalability part.
And could you please explain your current Azure network architecture?
In my project, right, we are more into US region and Europe region. We are mostly using because my clients are mostly located in Europe and US countries only. So we have VNet. Okay, each region we have a two VNet. Okay, we use a 10 dot series CIDR, and for Kubernetes, right, they use 100 series of CIDRs. Okay, it depends. But for creating VM and load balancer and other internal stuff, right, they use 10 series network range based one. So each region, right, will have a two VNets actually. If you go inside of VNet, we'll have a multiple subnets will be there. Okay, based upon my customer need, they will be creating multiple subnets. So obviously private subnets we have and public subnets we have. My web application and all hosted on public subnet. Still we have some application which is very critical, database kind of application especially. They will be in part of my private subnets actually. So route we'll configure and we'll have a VPN connections. Okay, we have established a VPN connectivity from on-premises to my Azure. Okay, we use some express route network. We have a dedicated network team available, but just I know the architecture. I'm just trying to explain. So my Azure environment, right, internally it uses communication for VNet. So VNet peering we have between the VNet. If I wanted to communicate, right, I use VNet peering. So after that, if I want to communicate to my Azure environment to on-prem cloud, right, we use VPN or express route kind of resource things. This is our current architecture.
Okay. Can you please explain about your Azure subscription details of your current infrastructure?
Sure. We are managing close to 5 to 6 Azure subscriptions. Okay. So these subscriptions, it depends on the customers. Basically, our company, we are having a project where 5 to 6 divisions available. Each division is having their own subscriptions. We have Azure Enterprise Administrator panel. In that Azure Enterprise console, right, we'll be creating subscription, managing subscription, things are getting done. If I log into my Azure console, right, I could see all the subscriptions will be available. If I go to subscription services, I could see all the subscription things will be available based upon my usage and things, right? I'll go inside of the subscription. Inside, I'll be getting many resource groups and many resources will be part of it. Example I can tell, one is my marketing team, they have their own subscription. Another one is the research team, R&D, they uses their own subscription. Another one team sales, they have used their own subscription. The respective resources will be available like that. If you go inside of subscription, they will have a many sub resource groups are available. That also part of my architecture. Okay, this is what the subscription detail and my infrastructure detail. Okay.
Fine, Vignesh. So I'm done with my part. I will report to the HR team. They will get back to you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for today.